Welcome to the Film Hounds podcast. I'm joined by David, Liz, and Paul, and this week we are going to be chatting about films that we've seen lately, or maybe not films, maybe it's TV, or maybe it's just YouTube videos, David. But
Thanks for saying about TV shows because I did warn you that I don't think I've seen any new films this week worth talking about. So yeah.
oh wow, I said it because I've also been watching a TV show lately, so I just like gotta include that. But I was gonna say before we start. I just wanted to say a disclaimer about my voice. I didn't say it on the last episode because I forgot, but I've just remembered. It's been said that I sound like I want to jump off a building or I want to kill myself. I just want to say, it's just my voice. Everyone, these
That
guys can
is,
see me smiling, but my voice
Mm.
is quite low. So don't worry, I'm not sad. I just have a low voice.
You're a hostage.
Katie has the voice that matches my face. We're not sad. That's just the way we are.
Who says that about you?
I don't. Well, I've had it. I've had it been said to me that I like on the phone. I don't sound appealing.
How dare they?
I lost a job because they were like, you don't sound enthusiastic, and I was like, what?
Was it a sexy line? Is that why?
What am I wearing? Oh god!
Do you know what? I think that they would allow that, but no, it was just like it was when I just come out of uni. It was for an internship, so not even a proper job. So they wouldn't give me a chance. They were like, you don't sound enthusiastic enough. And I was like, it's 9 p.m. on a Friday. First of all, why are you calling me? But
that
anyway.
is definitely sexy phone line work. 9 p.m. on a Friday. Come on.
Did you start with why are you calling me?
I wish I had, because if I knew they were going to be that shitty, I would have been like, why are you calling me at 9 p.m.?
I never thought that. Apart from the end of a really long recording we had, and you did sound you'd lost the will to live. But I think we all had at that point.
I gained the will to live. As your life force drains, mine increases.
Oh my god.
I was thinking about starting what we've watched lately with a really cheery one that I watched this week. The Superman documentary about Christopher Reeve.
Yes.
Have you guys seen it?
Paul has. He's very passionate about it.
I have.
Very good. But it's
rhapsodized
very
about it many times.
It's very sad. I mean, I'm old enough to remember when he had his accident, which is a very big deal at the time for something like that to happen to someone like him, in particular, someone who'd been Superman. But yeah, when I watched the documentary, because my friend took me to a screening at the Dolby screening room in Soho, which I'd never been to before, and is beautiful, lovely cinema. And yeah, I tried not to cry for the whole film. It was very sad.
I gave in as soon as they started playing the Superman theme tune at the beginning. I was like, that's it. I'm done. I'm gone.
Yeah, I had to take my glasses off and cry.
I feel like we need to see it, Katie, because this is like double
out.
It is.
Recommendation.
Do you know what I would say? Even if you're not interested in like the Superman movies, or even if you don't really know who Christopher Reeve is, I think the film does a really good job of giving you the context of who he was as an actor and an artist, and why the accident was such a shock, and why what he did after was so incredible, and what his wife did afterwards as well. Because even though it's called the Christopher Reeve story, what they do quite interestingly is that it very slowly starts to morph into a story more about his wife, Dana, and sort of the foundation, the Christopher Reeve Foundation. But yeah, no, also they talked about Robin Williams, and I don't get that affected by celebrity deaths really. The only two that have ever really got me was Robin Williams and George Michael.
Yeah, mine was David Bowie.
Bowie as well, but
very upset.
I knew Bowie was sick, so I was prepared.
Alan Rickman as well, actually, both in the same month, right?
Yeah, we lost. That was a rough time. We lost some absolute legends.
2016, the year of death.
Cursed year.
Every year is A year of death.
It'd be amazing if there was a whole
Thanks.
year where no one died. That would be
I don't think
crazy.
I don't think it
Has
worked.
anyone died this year so far?
Yeah, there's been lots
Yeah.
of death this
What,
year. David
famous
Lynch
people?
literally died like last month,
On my
didn't he?
birthday, how dare he?
No.
Happy
Selfish.
birthday, Liz. David Lynch is dead.
Yeah, I know.
Take a day off. David Lynch has died. Actually, I was going to say, sadly, that segues into what I was watching lately. So I loved Twin Peaks, both series, even though series 2 gets a bit strange and not the good kind. But we've me and my boyfriend, we've been watching Twin Peaks: The Return because he's a big David Lynch fan and a big Twin Peaks fan. I only actually watched 4 episodes of Twin Peaks: The Return and then just left it.
Really?
So it was literally the return to the return. And he delights in watching me watch the show because I'm getting very frustrated because I'm like, let's get the plot going. And of course, it's David Lynch at his best. So there are whole episodes where the plot doesn't exactly go ahead, just weird tangents of things happen. But
Also, I would say if you're watching a David Lynch and going, "Can we get the plot going?" Don't be watching David Lynch.
I know
David Lynch is not a plot man. David Lynch is the epitome of it's just vibes, man. It's just vibes.
I know, but I was enjoying where things were going. Like, there's a whole bit with paperwork where I was like, what does the paperwork mean? You don't find out until 2 episodes later. And I'm getting very angry. But the thing is, I sound like I'm being negative about it. I am enjoying it. I just think it took a long while for me to get used to Kyle MacLachlan playing Dougie Jones in it. And if anybody has seen the show, you'll know exactly what I mean, where it's just this same blank, vacant expression for the entire series. It's a lot.
Second series is quite long, isn't it, as well? So
Yes, it was. Although there is one episode in series 2 after you find out who killed Laura Palmer, where it was I dubbed it. Well, I didn't I dub it. I think people just dub it as the Titanic episode because Billy Zane's in it, and so is David Warner, and there's something else that makes it more Titanic. But it's just a very weird, funny episode where all these characters from Titanic converge.
I will admit I never really got into the Twin Peaks. I just know that I know the damn fine coffee. I know that. I know was it the tucking backwards in the weird red room? But I only really know it because of The Simpsons. I only know Burns' suit. Check out Burns' suit. I only know that, and then the very last scene of the second season where he smashes his head into the glass, and then just shouts, "Was it How's Annie?" over and over again.
Yeah.
So I'm old enough that I remember when Twin Peaks first came out, and it was a really big cultural phenomenon at the time, which is kind of hard to explain now because I don't think things work the same way now with streaming and accessibility of so many different shows. It was really big, much like the X-Files was. But I haven't actually rewatched it since. I don't think I ever finished it at the time.
I didn't finish series 2. I need to get back into it, but I'm just gonna be so lost. I'm already lost thinking about going back to it because I can't watch it all again.
Vibes, man.
It's kind of easy to watch. I'd say season 1 is easy to watch because it's a hell of a lot shorter, even though it ends on so many cliffhangers. It doesn't matter. And I think originally David Lynch didn't want to actually reveal who killed Laura Palmer, and the people who took over were like, no, we need an ending. And I'm not quite sure in series 2 he just was like, I'm out. And that's where it gets weird and it doesn't feel right. There's a lot of other like weird shit happening that isn't related to the Laura Palmer case.
Where do you stand on Fire Walk with Me?
I've seen it once. I enjoyed it, even though I was like, what is this?
David Bowie?
Oh, do you know what? David Bowie appearing that was great. And it saddens me to think that I think he was meant to be in The Return, but obviously he died, so couldn't come into it. And that was sad.
Yeah, the only thing I've seen from The Return is when David Lynch died, obviously, I am an advocate for LGBT people, and there was that screenshot of him where he's like, "When you became Helen, I told those clowns, fix your heart or die." And it's just there was like 30 different people going, "R.I.P. David Lynch, you ally," and it's just, fix your heart or die. I was like, I mean, David Lynch, the most David Lynch thing he ever did was when he randomly voiced a bartender in the Cleveland show. That's the most David. Yeah. In the Cleveland spin-off, Cleveland has a bar he goes to, and the bartender is week on week voiced by David Lynch. The bartender even looks like David Lynch. He has his hair.
What?
That's the most David Lynch thing ever, because you go, that doesn't make any sense. You're like,
It's not even Family Guy, is it? It's the spin-off.
exactly.
Show. Oh my
That's
God.
even more David Lynch. It's like, that makes no sense. Exactly. Doesn't make any sense.
Whenever I think of David Lynch, I think of Eraserhead and how it actually is like so freaky. I know a lot of people who haven't seen it see that it's quite an iconic poster, but oh my God, it's so
That was the front
weird.
cover to one of our issues. Wasn't it issue 2?
Yeah, we did a
Was it
piece on
issue
that.
Yeah,
Long
I'm
time
sure it
ago,
was issue
Paul.
2. Yeah,
A
it was
long time ago now.
First
Uh,
issue I was published in, that's why I remember it.
What a day.
Oh,
I haven't
well,
actually seen it.
Have you
I've
not?
actually never seen it either. And judging by how
It's
I
creepy.
reacted to some of Twin Peaks, I'm like, I might not.
It's kind
I've
of
only
like that the
seen-
whole way through, and like it's really creepy. I've
only seen
I'm gonna
3
watch it
David
tomorrow.
Lynch films. I've only
Yeah.
seen 3.
Well, today at the Prince Charles Cinema, which we were talking about before, I saw Mulholland Drive for the first time,
That's one of the ones I've seen. Mulholland Drive, I've seen.
which is
I've seen The
interesting.
Straight Story, which is
Scooby-Doo
Straight
one.
Story. Huh?
Scooby-Doo one. He did that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did Scooby-Doo one. Yeah, that's
Have
why.
you guys all seen it? Mulholland Drive?
I've actually
Mulholland
never
Drive, I've
seen
seen.
Mulholland Drive. I've
Yeah.
only I've seen Inland Empire, which was like seen as like a sort of sequel, or that's what it was meant to be.
Jeremy Irons.
But I did not get along with Inland Empire. I saw it because I was like, I love Laura Dern, and then I was like, oh no, this is not what I expected. But I would like to still see Mulholland Drive.
Maybe a marathon at the Prince Charles. That would be the one I'd do, actually.
That'd be head scrambling. What,
Yeah.
all of David Lynch's movies?
Yeah.
They are showing a lot of his films at the moment. And in some
Eraserhead, Elephant Man, The Original June, Blue Velvet, Wild at Heart.
Yeah, I mean,
Lost
they're all
Highway.
being shown at the cinema at the moment.
Yeah,
Not
no,
just at
I've
Prince Charles, but
The
other
Straight
places.
Story is a weird David Lynch movie because it's not David Lynchy. It's just about a guy that goes cross country on a tractor. No,
That
on a
sounds David
lawnmower,
Lynch.
sorry. But there's no like, I'm like, where's like the weird? Well, also I was a bit like, where's Carl McLaughlin? Like, David Lynch making it, where's Carl McLaughlin at? That's like, where's Carl
No,
McLaughlin?
I like The Elephant Man. That's got no Carl McLaughlin in it.
Elephant Man is one of these ones I think I've bought on every format or it's on streaming, but I've never seen it still. I need to watch it. It's one of those that's just always on my watch list.
There was a very funny thing when John Hurt was nominated for the Oscar for The Elephant Man, and I think it was the same year that Raging Bull was nominated, Robert De Niro, and someone went up to John Hurt and went, you're not going to win, and he was like, no, of course I'm not. Robert De Niro's going to win, and they went, do you know why though? And he went, enlighten me. And they went, it's because no one sees your face. And he went, was that not the point? It was like, I kind of thought that was the point. You don't see my face.
It was like the Oscar should go to the makeup artist who did the face.
They should go to, oh god, yeah, but yeah, David Lynch, R.I.P. in peace.
Yeah.
I've been watching. I know he was talking about. I was slightly being a bit nasty to Marvel films when we was talking about Prince Charles Cinema, but I've actually recently.
That's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I recently watched the
me and you are
Falcon
gonna have a
one,
problem.
but I've started watching Daredevil, which I think
yeah.
it was made for Netflix, one of their first dramas, and I believe
Yeah.
there's a new one coming out soon. So I'm
It is,
watching those.
next
I've
month.
seen the first 3, and before Marvel became Marvel as we know it, this Daredevil, it's quite violent.
I've seen series 1 and 2. I started 3, got bored, and then thought, "Do you know what? Enough."
How far
I-
did you get bored into it?
Like second episode of season 3. Of season 3,
Oh,
I've
season
seen one
3.
and
Okay.
yeah. I've seen season 1 and 2. Absolutely loved 1. 2 was okay, and then
I
3.
I really like 2 because 2 had the Punisher, and I'm a big Punisher
Oh, no
fan.
spoilers. I need to watch
And
Punisher as well.
yeah,
No,
but
you
you've got to
don't.
watch you have to watch
No, you
Punisher
don't.
after Daredevil season 2 because
Okay.
it follows. No,
I
John
the,
Bernthal was so well cast as the Punisher. Just to say, as a Punisher reader, very well cast as the Punisher, and I actually I really liked the second season of Punisher. First season I wasn't so keen on because it was more military. I don't care about the military.
I also ditched on Punisher because I thought the best part of that show was the first 10 minutes of the first episode.
I think I've seen the first 10 minutes. Is it?
It's really good. And
Actually,
then it just gets really boring and predictable. And then you just see him, to sum it up, he's just
Punishing.
like he's just got this big metal sledgehammer and he's just like hammering away. And I was like, this is exactly what the rest of this series is going to be.
Season 2 is better. Do you know what was good of the Netflix was the first season of Jessica Jones.
Yes,
Was
that was great.
terrifically good. A really good like it's superhero, but looking at like rape culture and David Tennant, scariest comic book villain evs. So
Really?
scary as Kilgrave. Yeah, really, really good.
Kilgrave, that was it.
I'll
Yeah.
try and get through Daredevil first, I think, and then see how it goes.
The way he manages to say Jessica with like a million different intonations, honestly, most of his dialogue is him shouting Jessica, and he manages to make each one unique. But he is like Jessica over and over again. It's great. But no, Daredevil, yeah, is terrific. I'm looking forward to the new one because I love Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin.
I was gonna say I like Charlie Cox as Daredevil, and I'm like, bring him back. He was good. I just didn't like season 3, but I thought he was a very good Daredevil.
Also, I like how they've introduced him in Spider-Man and particularly in She-Hulk, where he is
Oh, is in
like
She-Hulk as well.
if anyone has ever
Yes.
read a Daredevil comic, the one apart from the fact that he's blind and Catholic, the third most important trait is that he is a massive slag. And thank God that Marvel have been like, let's put him in She-Hulk, have him hook up with She-Hulk. What else is he going to do? No, that's all he's going to do.
Yeah, I
He's going
love
to hook
that.
up with She-Hulk. Why? Because
They're both lawyers.
Because even in the Daredevil show, he's constantly like just hooking up with people. It's like, to be fair, he's good looking. He's a good looking boy.
Does this happen in industry, Liz?
yeah, it's totally just like you said.
Blind superhero lawyers
Yeah.
hooking up everywhere.
And one of the trailer for Born Again, one of the most crucial shots was him hooking up with someone in a shower. And I was like, see, these people understand what Daredevil's about. Karate chopping people in the head and hooking up. That's all he cares about.
There's a hell of a lot of karate chopping that it's proper just fight. Few hookups. So I'm only 3
Catholics, man.
episodes in.
But then occasionally goes to confession.
Yeah,
There's a lot of Catholic guilt in Daredevil. There's a lot of Catholic guilt.
I don't remember that from the show though.
Oh, there was a lot.
Is he is he a Catholic in the comics?
Yeah.
Be a random thing to add into a show.
I don't know.
Otherwise.
Yeah, no.
These two people thinking.
He wasn't
Yeah.
when Stanley created him. He wasn't. I'm going to be a comic nerd here. When Frank Miller took over, Frank Miller created like Elektra and did the Born Again storyline, which is the most famous storyline. And he was like, I couldn't figure out why you would be a lawyer and a superhero. And he went, and then it struck me, the guy's Catholic. That's why. So he made him Catholic. He went. It's the only way you would be both a vigilante and a lawyer is you're Catholic. I was
Oh
like,
my God.
See, I'm not Catholic, so I think there goes my superhero ambitions.
Well, you still could. There's still time.
I can convert. Maybe that's the key.
You can go the route of She-Hulk. I'm pretty sure she's not Catholic.
But she is hench.
She is. She's powerful.
Yeah, she is. That bit where she carries that man to the bedroom.
Oh, you love these horny Marvel shows, don't you?
I just like muscular women. Muscle mummies. Why do you think I love Love Lies Bleeding so much?
I know,
Yeah, that's true.
No, oh god, yeah. Where were we?
Should we move on quickly to another subject so you can cool down?
Let's talk about Gladiators on BBC One
I was literally just thinking, like, he's going to mention Gladiators.
To be fair, I love Gladiators. High camp.
Same. I love Gladiators.
Who's your favourite Gladiator?
So it was Saber, and then she injured a few people. So I think it's more shifting over to Fury.
I love Saber so much.
I know you love Saber so much.
I love it. Oh my god! When she when
actually,
she starts out,
Liz, I take it you're not watching Gladiator.
No, I haven't seen it. I think my children have watched it with their dad, but not me.
Oh, I wonder why.
I'll leave him to watch that with them.
I was going to say my other favourite Gladiator is Nitro, and sadly is not on this season because he injured himself. I was devastated. He was my favourite.
Yes, I love Nitro. I love Nitro, and Saber. My 6-year-old loves Dynamite.
Like, is that a person or just playing with exploding things?
Gladiator. They keep nicknaming her the babyface assassin. That's what I was just like.
She does. To be fair, whenever she comes out, and they all do like a gladiator pose, and like they've all got like, you know, like one of them's called like Bionic, and he does like a kind of robot move, and Saber obviously like growls like a tiger, and Fury like roars, and then Dynamite comes out, and she's just like, "Hi."
Like, yeah, literally, she just puts her hands on her hips and does like a smile. It's so weird.
And she's got kind of she is the least threatening gladiator.
No, Athena is. Athena is the least threatening because she never wins things.
Do you know what? Yeah, but my problem with Dynamite is she looks like a primary school teacher. So like whenever I see her, I'm like, I just want to give you a hug. You just seem like really nice. Like
primary school teachers are the toughest people, surely, to deal with 30 psycho kids every day.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I've met some pretty soft primary school teachers in my time.
Anyway, segueing into another film that I watched. That's not a very good segue.
Gladiator 2?
No,
Okay.
no. I saw The Last Showgirl with Pamela Anderson in it.
Oh, I'm seeing that next week, so don't spoil anything.
Don't worry, no spoilers here. I'll just say it's very good. I wouldn't say it was one of. I can see why it's not been like top tier nominated for everything and this and that, but it's a good story. It's very sad. It's just very sad throughout, not like, oh, it ends sad. It's just a very sad story, character profile, not character profile. It's character driven, and it's just this woman's sad life.
Do you know, like, I feel a bit bad because I kind of forget that Pamela Anderson is an actress, like, because she hasn't been in stuff for a long time, and she's, for me, is just a very famous lady from the 90s. Do you know what I mean? But so is she a serious actress in this?
She was a serious actress before the sex tape came out, and her reputation was ruined by that, and also like her barbed wire film was tanked.
I have to admit, I only know her because Baywatch.
Yeah,
obviously Baywatch is not high art.
No, but she wanted to be taken seriously, and she tried to be taken seriously, but everyone just kept pigeonholing her. There's a really good documentary, I think it's on Netflix, about Pamela Anderson, and she talks more about like what happened and how she was like her growing up, and it's just about her life and then her career. It's really interesting, also very sad.
This is the documentary that she was involved in making, whereas the show that they was it the show or the film that they just did?
Oh, the
There was a
miniature.
show. It was like the sex tape with
The
Tommy
one with,
Lee.
Was it Lily James who was in it?
Yes.
And she hadn't been involved at all in making it, which seems really wrong to not get the person who it's about. They just went ahead and made it, and she wasn't happy about that. I understand.
Because it was ironic. The whole show was about how this woman's career was being like ruined and her life was being ruined as well.
Yes.
Because of this sex tape. And then they never actually asked the real woman who was involved, again bringing up trauma, ruining her career once again.
You're making a work about how agency is taken away from a woman, and
Yes.
you've taken the agency away from
Yes.
the woman.
Like they got Tommy Lee's permission. Like he was just like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And it was like, yeah, I'm sure nothing's ruined for you.
I'm glad that she's, again, like a lot of people, getting a comeback. And
Yeah.
I think what these a lot of these people that were kind of big in the 90s and then stuff happened is that it kind of talks to a lot of people. Have a lot of nostalgia, obviously, but that's then funneling into, they become filmmakers, and obviously they were kids in the 90s and early 2000s, and they're getting the people that they loved as kids, whereas in the mid 2000s it was all studio people that were like, well, we can't go near Pamela Anderson, she's poison, or we can't go near Brendan Fraser, he's poison. And now you got people that are like, but we love Brendan Fraser, like we grew up watching him in George of the Jungle, he's like our hero.
Paul, what have you been watching?
What have I been watching? Well, funny you should say this, because I've seen Companion, which is a new film that stars Sophie Thatcher, she of Yellow Jackets fame, and Jack Quaid, famous for being from Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan.
He's like the perfect combination of the two of them. And I like Jack Quaid. He owns being a nepo baby.
Have you seen Plus One? Because that's actually quite a decent rom-com.
I love that film so much because the leads are perfect. It's a perfect rom-com that didn't get enough coverage.
I've never even heard of it, so that is definitely
very underrated. It's on Netflix, but it's actually really good. Like I said, I've watched it a couple of times. Yeah, very good.
I would say with Companion, I'm not going to say very much. I'm just going to say it is very good. If you saw Barbarian, same producers, and it's a similar thing of the less you know, the more you will enjoy, because
that's what I had heard, and that's why I haven't watched the trailer.
Someone say it's a good very enjoyable. And
I don't want to watch Barbarian, but I wanted to watch Companion, but I'm a bit wary now.
Is it remember when we saw Bones and All and I didn't know it was a horror film? So
that was the best response ever.
So it freaked me out. So I know this is like a bit scary, but will it freak me out?
I'm sorry, I'm having flashbacks to you in Bones and All.
I thought it was a romantic comedy. And then, seriously, and then all of a sudden is someone bit the skin off a finger. Spoilers, sorry. And I was on edge the whole way.
I was sat next to him. I was sat next to him at the London Film Festival showing a Bones and All. And about 2 minutes into the film, Taylor Russell's under a coffee table with another girl, and she's looking at her fingers, and then she just like bites one, and the noise David made, it sounded like honestly, it was inhuman. He was like, oh.
I honestly was the whole way through. I was like on edge because I was like, I don't know what type of film this is, and I don't like body horror.
I was gonna say, do you not like stories about cannibals? Because I don't either.
I don't really, but if I knew what it was about before I went in,
prepared.
I'd probably be mentally prepared. But I was just like, and it was quite gruesome the whole way through, really, wasn't it?
I would say Companion is quite gruesome in parts.
All right, well, I won't go then.
maybe it's not for me.
Sorry,
I
Odeon,
saw
you've lost a
it before.
customer.
But if
Unlike
you're
David, I knew that
particularly
was me.
squeamish, but no, I think it's really good, really smart, really very funny. Jack Quaid is really good. Sophie Thatcher is just turning into, like, if I see she's in something, I'm like, right, well, I'm going to enjoy this then, because I really liked Heretic. That was one of my films of last year that I loved. I love Yellow Jackets. That's my favorite show on TV at the moment. It's coming back. I thought Boogeyman was really good as well, actually. Like,
I've not
and
seen a lot of
completely,
these.
yeah. Huh?
I've not seen a lot of these. I do watch horror films. I'm not a total coward.
I've not heard of Boogeyman.
It
When you
is-
say Boogeyman, it makes me think of the song. I'm
No,
your
you've not seen the
Boogeyman.
Boogeyman. You've not seen the Boogeyman. It's the guy who did Host and Dash Cam.
Oh, I'm absolutely not going to watch that then. Terrifying. I can sit through some things, but no, can't sit through those kind of shows, films.
Yeah, that's not for me, I don't think.
Dash Cam I saw at London Film Festival, and I everyone else was like edge of their seat. I was screaming like a little girl. People were loving my reactions because I was like, woo!
Yeah, that is the thing. I know during long legs, for some people, everyone's just like really chilled and relaxed. I was on the edge of my seat for that because I didn't. No one knew anything at that point. No one had seen what long legs looked like, so I was just like, just on the edge of my seat for the whole thing. So if Companion's going to have that same kind of vibe, I may have to rethink when I see it.
Companion is more fun than scary.
Good.
I thought it was going to be like Bodies, 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 which is just fun.
Yeah, I would say it's more like that. There's a couple of bits that might go, ooh, there's a couple of jumps, but it's not like a scary horror film. It's more, in like a kind of satirical vein. But I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. And I mean, I've been in a satirical horror mode anyway because I watched all the Nightmare on Elm Streets.
Oh my God.
Boy, howdy, were some of those not good.
Yeah.
I did that with the Anaconda films. I bought the box set because I really liked the first film. And
There's
I was
more
like,
than one.
do you know what? Yeah, there are 4 Anaconda films.
Soon to be
88
5.
Films released a box set. It's beautiful and shiny, and I love all the extras that you get with it. But my God, after the second one, the second film kind of drops in quality, but it's still kind of entertaining. The third one
Is the third one
was
Blood
appalling.
Orchid? Is that Hunt for the Blood Orchid, or is that?
I actually can't remember.
One of them is called Blood Orchid, and I've seen that one, and it's awful.
There might be the second one where
The
there's
second one
more than one anaconda.
I think I saw that in the cinema.
What, the third anaconda film?
Did that make it to cinema?
Anaconda is so weird. The cast of Anaconda the first one is so weird.
It's like so good
Jennifer
though.
Lopez, isn't it like Ice
John
Cube?
Voight. It's John Voight,
Voight.
Eric Stoltz, Ice Cube, like Owen Wilson.
Is Brendan Gleeson in it? Is that the one he's in?
No, it's not, is it? Is he in that?
No, Brendan Gleeson's in Lake Placid. That's what I'm thinking of.
I did see that in the cinema.
Brendan Gleeson's in Lake Placid. Do you know what though? I have always had a pitch in my mind for one of those awful creature features, and I'm going to pitch this now, right? A butterfly lands on toxic waste and eats it and becomes radioactive, right? Not finished yet. It then lands on a lily pad and is eaten by a crocodile. It mutates and becomes Butterdile. Part butterfly, part crocodile. Matt LeBlanc is going to star.
Oh my God.
I'm going to get the cheapest Hemsworth to be in it.
The cheapest Hemsworth. Oh my God.
I can't afford Chris. I can't even afford Liam, but I can afford the other one.
The other one, the eldest brother, isn't he?
Probably Dean Cain will be in it.
This will get back to him, and he'll probably
Eric
say,
Roberts. Actually, Eric Roberts would be in that too, by the way.
Oh, yeah, but I love Eric Roberts. I will watch anything Eric Roberts is in, which means I've watched a lot of shit.
The Asylum movies. All the Asylum films that come out.
You know, that's the reason why I watched Grey's Anatomy, was because I heard Eric Roberts was in a couple of episodes. No, do you know what? I saw the preview of Jack Black singing about being in the new Anaconda with Paul Rudd?
Is there a new
Have you
one?
not seen that?
What?
So they're making
Are
a
they
new
actually?
Anaconda. They're making a new
Really?
Anaconda, and they started production. And the way they announced production beginning was there was one guy on guitar, Jack Black singing, and Paul Rudd on bongo, on like a bongo,
This
and Jack
doesn't sound
Black's
real.
just singing.
Are you sure you didn't dream this, Paul?
Yeah, it doesn't sound real.
No.
Right. I'm gonna no. It's 100% real because I've watched it about 20 times because I thought it was so funny. Because I still find Jack Black funny. 25th of December is the new Anaconda starring Jack Black, Paul Rudd, and Steve Zahn
And Steve's on. Wow.
as Bad Ape from War for the Planet of the Apes.
I've got time to think if I'm going to go to see that, so I won't make a decision.
I kind of want to see it, but why is it 3 guys headlining?
I think there are women in it as well. I just think that they're the most famous because you've got Jack Black.
That puts me off slightly. Like,
well, they're never going to top that bit where John Voight goes like purple while the Anaconda crushes him to death.
well, the thing is, nothing's going to top John Voight's accent in that.
Hello, I'm John Voight.
I don't know what accent I'm doing.
I'm John Voight. I can do any accent I want. It is bad. It is a bad accent. But Anaconda's one of those movies, a bit like Deep Blue Sea, that is so dumb that it's actually secretly great. And Deep Blue Sea.
Oh, but Deep Blue Sea is genuinely great. Anaconda is way more dumb than Deep Blue Sea. Although Deep Blue Sea,
my only issue with Deep Blue Sea.
There's science in Deep Blue Sea. In Anaconda, there is no science. They're making a documentary. Who cares? Deep Blue Sea, they're trying to cure Alzheimer's. They're on a mission.
Serious business.
My only problem with Deep Blue Sea, and it's not even a problem with the film, it's a problem with the LL Cool J song, is that he wears a flat cap and then he goes deepest bluest. My hat is like a shark's fin. No, it's not. A shark's fin goes up.
Yeah.
A flat cap. Famously, a flat cap is flat. LL.
What if it's on its side?
A fin will go like this. If so, like, have you seen dolphins in captivity or whales? And their fin will go down.
No, it's cruel, Katie. I would never do that.
Do sharks' fins do that when they're sad? Is that why they ate Samuel L.
No,
Jackson?
it's only if they're in captivity for a number of years.
And if they're giving a drug that makes them hyper intelligent. Deep blue. My head is like a shark's fin. Deepest, bluest. My head is like a shark's fin.
Don't be left in a room with a dolphin, dirty bastards. That's what I've heard.
I have heard. Yes.
Google it.
I was going to say, if you walk into a room and there's just a dolphin in the room, I'd be astonished. No water, just a dead dolphin. I've got a weird one, and then I've got just like an average one.
Is it a sequel to The Girl in the Pool again? Is it The Girl in the Pool too? Freddie Prinze
Might as well be.
Oh, can I? Because it's the sequels. Can I just say something I saw on? Where was I looking at? One of the Amazon free channel things. I didn't realize there's a Legally Blondes film with two twins, and Reese Witherspoon's put a name to it. Reese Witherspoon presents. I was like,
where is My Legally Blonde 3 where she becomes president? At the end of Red, White and Blonde, she's driving past the White House, she looks at it and smiles. And that was clearly to set up President Woods. Where's Legally Blonde 3 where she's prez?
I thought she was making Legally Blonde, another Legally Blonde.
Well, apparently now they're doing a prequel.
Boring. Okay, no.
I
don't know why I'm saying boring. I don't even like Legally Blonde. That's one of my
I like it.
I think it's all right. I was actually, when I qualified as a lawyer here, I was given it. Which...
Oh, I thought you were going to say when you qualified as a lawyer, they played that song, Perfect Day, as you graduated.
No, they didn't play a song just for me, but someone did give me Legally Blonde.
Wow.
The film, when we were talking about what we've seen recently, have you guys seen Kneecap?
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
That was one of my top 3 of last year.
Yeah, I just watched it actually. It was great. It was really good. Lots of drugs, lots of sex.
It's been nominated for a BAFTA, hasn't it?
It has. It got a lot of. It sort of like swept the table at the BIFAs, and I think it's been nominated for some of the big
Win-
ones at BAFTAs.
Has it been nominated for the best British film?
Yes, because irony.
Yeah, it won one of the awards at the London Critics Circle Film Awards that I was at last week.
At the screening I went to of Kneecap, he was the only one not drunk when they brought the three guys from the band up onto stage, and all three of them were absolutely wasted. And the woman who was sort of trying to do like a Q&A with them from Sundance, really, that she looked so uncomfortable. She's just like, why did I draw the short straw in having to present this? And then the director was just trying to wrangle them and trying to like get answers. It was very entertaining. It was post screening. Oh no, yeah, it was post screening because
should have done it before.
Well, they did the intro, everyone was sober, and then after the film, the Q&A, they were wasted. And then they had to go into the next screening, absolutely wasted as well. But they got it like 20 minutes later than us. Very entertaining guys.
Yeah,
talented musicians.
Quite a lot of truth in the film.
100%.
It's amazing, like how they aren't actors and they're just so good in it.
No,
Yeah.
I know, it's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know all about the story until I'd actually seen the film. But you know, they existed as a trio, you know, doing their rap before he made the film, you know. So that bit's all real. Yeah, it's wild, and they hadn't acted, but they're all really good in it. So it's very funny as well.
Yeah,
Very funny. One of the better musical biopics to come out.
Have you seen a Complete Unknown yet?
No, and I never will.
Your aunt, Liz, Katie's auntie, I think Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet.
Timothy.
I'm only anti Timothy Chalamet winning the Oscar because this is not the role he should win the Oscar for. And also, I've heard bad things about it, so I'm just.
I think he probably will win it if we're going.
I actually think Adrian Brody should win it because I love the Brutalist and I thought he was absolutely fantastic. And I think he should win.
Okay.
But actually, I really liked A Complete Unknown. I thought it was very good.
I really liked it.
Timothy Chalamet was very good in it as well. I've never been like a massive Bob Dylan fan or anything. So if you are a fan, I don't know how you take that film, but I thought it was good.
Yeah, that is right.
And he put a lot of work into the role, and you know, the guitar, and you know, I thought he embodied him really well.
Katie's not a film fan, so she's not going to go watch that film.
Katie's quiet. She's
if there's no hobbits in it, she don't give a shit.
Not interested.
Not a single hobbit in that whole film about Bob Dylan.
What is this? What did I pay for? One of the films I saw it's getting an Arrow video release. So it's already come out, unfortunately. It's already out there on streaming somewhere. But the Arrow release looks very pretty. And the film itself is actually pretty interesting. It's called The Last Stop at Numa County. And the tagline is when a knife salesman shows up to a gunfight. And it's basically a very tense one location film, which is basically a knife salesman shows up to a gas station. There's no gas. The gas truck hasn't arrived. So he ends up going into the diner and waiting for the gas truck to arrive. And then two bank robbers show up with their loot in their car and basically start a Mexican standoff with the people in the diner. The knife salesman doesn't have the gun. It's a very tense film. I don't want to say too much because weirdly enough, for something that only happens in one place, when stock characters, there's actually a lot that happens and you're just sort of like waiting for someone to just one gun goes off, then all the other guns go off. But yeah, Last Stop in Yuma County. I think it comes out later this month from Arrow Video.
That sounds really good. You sold me on it. I like the premise.
Yeah, I do recommend it. And I think I'm a bit biased in it because it's got Jim Cummings in it. The guy who directed Thunder Road.
I know who you mean.
Yeah,
I really like that film.
yes, so this guy loves movies and he's always an advocate for people like making films. He's just like, don't be put off by big studios, just go out and start making movies. And so he advocates for this. So I really support him. And he's also a fan of the Prince Charles cinema. Um, and the last few films he's made, he didn't direct this, but the last few films he's directed and starred in have this kind of like energy to them that I've not really seen in other films before, even though you think from the outset, like, how do I explain this? So Thunder Road, obviously, it's about that cop who he gives that really weird performance at his mum's funeral. And then he did the Wolf of Snow Hollow, which just seems like your average werewolf movie, but it's really not. And then he did the Beta Test that came out a few years ago, which again, from the first outset, you think it's just going to be about Hollywood agents being sleazebags and cheating on people. It's not. It's like all these films just seem packaged, but there's a twist to them. And I think Last Stop in Yuma County has that same kind of energy. But yeah, it's great. Go watch it, guys.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have like. Oh, we again. I remember last week, wink, when we did the last podcast. We didn't mention that we are a film magazine available in print.
Nice marketing, guys.
Yeah.
Yay! We remembered.
Can you put a post-it note on your bloody computer so we don't forget?
There should be a snappy. We're available online. We're available in print, and we're available in your ears.
And
Nice.
if you know where we're having drinks, we're available in person if you want to have a chat.
Yeah.
Available in a phone box.
2 out of 3 of us are very approachable and friendly, and then the bald guy is also present.
2 out of. Oh, okay. I've not the 4 of us because you're not including Liz because she's not approachable either.
Not me.
Joking. I don't know. Got confused.
I wouldn't let anybody approach you, Liz, without my permission. I'd be like, get away from her, you.
Get away from her, you bitch.
I would be like, I'm sorry. Who said you could come and talk to the Queen herself? Get out of my lady's face.
Mickey 17. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one actually.
Yeah,
Are you looking at what's coming out?
Maybe. I'm just
Mickey
so
17
subtle.
Mickey 17 is one of my most anticipated films of the year. It's like I think I've got very high hopes.
Can I just ask, like, if there's a possibility to talk about a film and not a Liverpool accent? Have you guys seen The Silence, which I just watched with my children? They chose it.
The Scorsese Silence. Oh,
it's basically A Quiet Place with bats.
Is that the Stanley Tucci one?
Stanley Tucci, who's the only.
Yes, I've not seen it. It keeps cut. Netflix keep telling me to watch it, and I keep saying no, Netflix. I'm not watching it.
No. So so they chose it, and I was like, okay. And it's not great. And my little one said at the end of it, he said, I think they didn't have as big a budget for this one, which was fair.
That's good. They're learning.
Is that another no noise one?
It's a no noise one, but they're bats.
And then have you seen the other Netflix one where you can't see them? You're not allowed to look at them.
Bird Box.
Bird Box. I want people to do. I want more, but other senses, like ones where you have to like lick everything to taste it to see if it's like safe. Or one where like the feels, where you just have to feel everything.
There's one. Okay, I don't know. This is obviously not a sense, but there's one with Gina Rodriguez in it. I think about not being able to sleep.
Yes, I saw that.
I've heard.
I read a book called Nod. I thought it was based on that, and I was like, oh, and it's not. It's taken the idea from the book Nod and given it no credit.
Yeah. But no, I think that should be like one where like you have to try and smell your way out of something.
That would be good. There was that detective who can smell the truth.
Good movie. You'd have to cast someone with quite a big nose, though, to get that. Like, it couldn't just.
Or a dog.
Or a dog.
Big nose doesn't mean you've
Well-
got a better sense of smell. That's a myth.
As a man with a big nose, I smell everything. I'm very familiar with scents.
And that's where we're going to end it.
Yeah. I think-
Yeah, as a man. Okay.
But no, but I am serious about that. We need to do the other three senses as movies. Like, I do want the feels where like you have to feel everything, and the taste where you have to taste everything. I don't know how it would work as a horror movie, but it's like
Instead of the Beatles, 4 Beatles films, maybe they should scrap it and do is there 5 senses? I'm not going to count them.
That's 5 senses.
well, if you see dead people, there's 6.
Nice.
Oh my God.
No, I'll let him have that one.
There's something behind you.
Your cupboard just opened on its own.
There's someone at the window.
Fine, they can have
There's
me.
someone with it looks like a cover over their head.
It's fine. They can have me.
Little girl throwing up in the corner.
Yeah,
It's Bruce Willis. It's Bruce Willis at the window.
I've still not seen Sixth Sense.
At this point, that's not scary. That's just like, oh, Bruce.
You better go out and help him.
Have you not seen it, David?
No. I know what happens though, because everyone's told me.
Yeah,
What,
big spoilers.
You've not seen The Sixth Sense?
No. I should have seen it like 30 years ago, 20 years ago.
Yeah, pretty much.
I saw it when it came out, and
It's
did not
still
have it
good.
spoiled.
Still holds up,
Alright.
I think.
It was a good film at the time. Like, got me. I didn't know what the twist was.
I mean, I love Trap, so I'm assuming that this is a bit of a
Like Trap.
classic, so I imagine it'll be a bit better.
It's better than Trap. Trap doesn't really have a twist.
Yeah, no. Sixth Sense is better than Trap, but Trap is still really good.
Twist was, if you thought M. Night Shyamalan was a shit actor, wait until you see his daughter.
She wasn't that bad.
I thought she was pretty poor.
I thought she was a real pop star, to be honest.
Okay.
Look, do you know what the problem is? Is that I thought, oh, actually, Lady Raven, okay, dumb name, but Shyamalan.
Dumb name,
Actually,
yeah.
Totally embarrassing.
But actually, like the songs and stuff, I was like, actually, this isn't bad. And then I saw Smile 2, and I was like, oh no, that's good. Trap is shit. Oh no, Smile 2 is actually the better pop star movie. Oh dear. Naomi Scott, phenomenal in Smile 2.
And that's all we got time for. Thanks for joining us. And remember, we are in print, we are online, and of course, you can listen to us as well. So join us next week for, well, who knows? We'll tell you at the beginning of the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good day, guys.
Mamushka! Mamushka!